Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this video tutorial we are creating this floral wreath cake with a more rustic, leafy sort of appearance. I've used a 5-inch cake to decorate this with a 8-inch cake board. Stick your cake on to your cake board with a little bit of frosting and then fill in with more frosting. This is my hybrid buttercream frosting with butter and vegetable shortening. Recipe will be linked in the eye icon up top and in the description box below. I've used 2 cakes in total cut in half and I've filled them in. And then creating a crumb coat, which is a thin layer of frosting all on the outside to trap in any of those crumbs. Once it's all covered, grab your frosting scraper, scrape down all of your frosting, filling in any bits of pockets, and then smooth it all out. Into the fridge it goes for 20 minutes to set. After it's nice and firm, add on your final layer of frosting. It's the addition of the vegetable shortening that makes the frosting so pale and creamy. Once it's all smooth, grab a spatula and make long swipes as you rotate your turntable to make them diagonal. The more surface of your spatula that is touching the cake, the wider and prettier I think your swipes will be. I feel like this design leans more towards the elegant, rustic sort of effect. Bring that lip of frosting into the center and then refrigerate to firm up. I've got some brown frosting in a piping bag fitted with a number 3 piping tip, so just a circle, small circle piping tip, and I'm creating a ring at the very top of my cake. The thickness and the height is totally up to you. I also did the same for the very bottom. Next we'll go on with our leaves. This is a number 352 piping tip and I'm creating nice long leaves coming out diagonally. I've aimed for around the outside of that ring and then I've also done the same for the inside, angling them towards the inside of the cake as well. For a bit more of a different effect, I've used 2 different piping tips for the leaves and 2 different colors as well. You can make some longer and some shorter, just to add a bit more diversity to your cake. Do the same for the bottom. And give them different angles as you're piping them to make it look a little bit more realistic. For the flowers, I've used a 101 piping tip, so that's like a 104 tip but very small. Taken a floral nail, created a bit of a mound of buttercream, and I'm creating a ring around that, and then arches around that ring. So it's kind of like a little mountain, and now you're creating arches on that mountain. Notice how my piping tip is slightly angled inwards. As I create the row of petals, I angle the piping tip further and further out and away from the middle to really open up those petals and have them blooming. Again, you want to start nice and tight in the center and then create 3 petals angled inwards. Create another 5. This time the piping tip is pointing up rather than angled inwards. And then as you get to your outer layer, fan out that piping tip. Into the freezer they go for about an hour if you can. And then stick them onto your cake with a leaf. That just makes it a little bit less obvious that you've stuck it on with something. And because it was in a freezer, it's nice and firm. You can press it and it won't dent your beautiful roses. Apply them onto the base of your cake along that rustic woody looking buttercream the same way, just adding a bit of a leaf and then sticking it over the top. You could leave it as is or you could add on little pearls. I've gone with some white edible pearls here. And you're done! A very basic cake, super fun and easy to do, and a great way to practice making tiny roses. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and give it a go. If you do, hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so we can see your awesome cake as well. I will catch you again in the next video. Thanks for watching, and all the piping tips will be listed below.